Hi, I'm Brian Domino, and I'm here in the Plaza of Justice in Luxembourg City to introduce the topic of Stoicism. The reason I've chosen this location is, as you can see, the buildings are very plain. They don't evoke any sort of emotion, which I think we expect, because justice is not supposed to be an emotional thing, right? You're supposed to be focusing on the truth, what's right or wrong, not on how you feel about the situation. And as you may know, the word stoic in English usually means someone who is repressing their feelings, or at least not showing them in some way. That's not exactly what Stoicism means. The goal of Stoicism is to not have the emotions in the first place. Now you may wonder, well, why would anyone want to do that? Isn't life horrible without emotions? Well, the Stoics begin with a very simple observation that you've probably already made a lot of times in your life, namely that people can react differently to the same experience. So for example, in school, when people get their exams back, if they failed the test, some people are indifferent, some people start crying, some people get mad at the teacher. There's just a whole spectrum of responses. From this, the Stoics concluded that emotional responses tell us more about the individual than about the world. Okay, so the Stoics realized that since people respond differently to the same event, that emotional responses tell us more about the individual than about the world. And so they realized that what happens in life is that you experience things, and all of your experiences get filtered through your values and beliefs. And if some of those beliefs are incorrect, you then have an emotional response to the world. So for example, while we've been filming this, we've had to stop a whole bunch of times because children are crying or people are walking by. Now, I could get angry at that, but that doesn't tell us about the world. That tells us about me, right? That I have certain beliefs, like that people should put what's important to me ahead of what's important to them. And the Stoics think once I realize that, and I realize how silly that is, I'll give up that belief and I won't be getting angry. Now, one of the most common erroneous beliefs.
Oops. Sorry.
Should I wait for the door to close? One of the most common erroneous beliefs is that we're in control of the world. And so one of the most famous aspects of Stoicism is that before you get upset, you need to figure out what you're in control of and what you're not in control of. And it turns out we're not in control of just about everything. The only thing that you are really in control of is your response, whether or not you respond virtuously or in a poor way. In fact, I think Michelle Obama recently had this in mind when she said that when they go low, we go high. And that is essentially a Stoic response. She's saying, look, we can't control how other people respond to us. We can only control how we respond to them. Okay, I think you're really going to like Stoicism. Students in the past have usually said that this is their favorite part of the course. So now I will leave you to do the readings.